What's up YouTube, this is your boy Lord X coming to you with a different type of video than my usual gameplay or Claymore update. Today we're going to be doing my personal top 5 terrifying SCPs, which of course, there's millions of videos of the scariest SCP or the most interesting, but these are my top 5. Coming in at number 5 is SCP-280. Its class is Keter. SCP-280 is a 5-meter tall sentient humanoid figure that takes a complete black form until a biological creature, as usually like a person or maybe an animal, comes within range of it, which I believe it was 14 centimeters. It then takes control of that creature until it has grown either irritated or bored of it, and then with its abnormally large arms and fingers, it goes to rip the creature or person from the inside out, causing physical trauma. And just alone, the name of the SCP is Eyes in the Dark, so you would understand something with the word dark will scare you. SCP-2998 comes in at number 4. SCP-2998 is a class safe. It's mainly consistent of white noise, pretty much that of like a distorted radio wave. But recently they have, I believe it was 2006, that they were able to decode the white noise and view a video that showed a humanoid entity that seemed oddly grinning, like I'm literally got goosebumps. But it stood facing the camera, and it would always it had like a weird smile, and it would turn its head back and forth like that, and it's just creepy, like whew. But no, the origins of this radio wave or video is not known by humankind. Anyways, let's move on to number 3 before I get too completely terrified on number 4. But yeah, you'd be surprised why I picked that one as 4 and not 1. Number 3 would be SCP-049, also known as the Plague Doctor. And by its name, it took the shape of a plague doctor back in the early 1600s, when the bubonic plague was ravaging most of Europe. The reason why I picked SCP-049 as my number 3 spot is that it is able to give some form of chemical that is inconsistent with earth metals or earth liquids or any type of human-made concoction that allows a dead body that it is recently killed to be reanimated and do whatever it's meant to do until it's no longer able to move, I would suppose. The reason why this one is at number 3 is because when something else can do something that you can't, the fear of not knowing what they know, it can play a part. Alright, let's go in at number 2. SCP-096, the Shy Guy. This guy comes in at number 2 because A, it's tall as heck. 2, it's fast as heck. And 3, it kills people. What more can you say about that? But yeah, SCP is a tall humanoid figure with really no skin or body, or no hair or body mass, but is able to stay active or dormant without food or sleep, and it has an acute sense of wherever the person is that has viewed its face. So that's why they call it the shy guy. So, but the thing about SCP is when someone views his face, either picture, video, or direct, he becomes agitated, starts screaming, crying, and then chases after the individual until it's dead. That's terrifying. And it's able to be clocked in at 35 miles an hour, I believe. So that's a pretty fast, tall, linky dude coming at you, trying to kill you. So, yeah, that's pretty frightening. Let's get to the top spot, number 1. I know there's been other SCPs I could have put for this spot, like, the SCP-173 for an example, or SCP-106, the old man. So, there's so many other ones that I could have put, but I picked SCP-001. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, oh, you picked the first spot because it's the first SCP. No. I recently watched a video that showed SCP-001. It wasn't a video, but it gave, information based on him. He is basically a guardian, like a humanoid sentinel, or, form of a human-like creature that has been standing in one spot for over 20 years. It has multiple abilities, one being telekinesis, which he has been able to give close by humans orders, either to be forget that they saw him, or prepare like he did with the SCD founder, or whatever else he got, or whatever else mission or orders he gives, they are to do it without disobeying. Meaning, if he says, go to the nearest bridge and jump off and kill yourself, I'm not trying to be funny, but in the SCPs, its ability, the person would have to do it. Another thing is, any human that has attempted to come within range of it had been completely wiped from existence. When you can be wiped from existence with no trace of you ever being there, that's terrifying, which means not only are you physically gone, your memories of everyone that you know personally or, not personally, their memory of you is gone. Everything that showed that you ever existed was gone. That's freaking terrifying, dude. That's scary. Thirdly, any human that has attempted to attack SCP-001 had, no matter of range, has been brutally murdered. That's pretty freaking scary. And if you want to review SCP-001, I do remember watching a video about it. So when you do watch it, it is on YouTube. Type in SCP-001 and click on one of the videos there. It will give you more details than I do, but from what I got, it scares me the most. And the SCP Foundation has provided specific procedures if SCP-001 were to ever become active. So and they're talking end of the world apocalyptic procedures, not just if one of those creatures attacks us, just shoot it on sight. So there you have it, my top 5 SCP countdown. Well, this is your host, Exclaimable Lord X, out. Peace.